Hey guys, welcome back. First of all, I know my hair looks a hot mess. I just washed it and kind of let it dry throughout the day, and this is what it did. I didn't feel like straightening it and I just left it how it was. Please forgive me. My life is not put together right now. So today I kind of just wanted to do a chit-chat style get ready with me while doing some drugstore first impressions. So this is the look that I came up with. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's go ahead and get into the video. So I'm starting off with the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. This is my all-time favorite moisturizer, not just from the drugstore, but just in general. It is so hydrating. If you have oily skin, you definitely want to give this a try. So I wanted to kind of do like a chit-chat, get ready with me, first impressions kind of thing, just because I haven't been on YouTube for a hot minute. I haven't been consistent for at least the past month and a half or so. So I wanted to just kind of sit down and explain. Oh, I thought I saw a cockroach. It's not a cockroach though. Anyway, so I just kind of wanted to sit down and explain what's been going on, where I've been, and it's not to really like give excuses, but just kind of to like let you guys in on the loop, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this chit chat, get ready with me, first impressions tutorial. First thing I'm using is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I've heard really good things about this. I've heard people compare it to the, I don't know which one it is, but it's the Hangover Primer. Is it by Too Faced? So really quickly, before I start going on and on about my life, I'm gonna show you guys the foundation I'm using. This is Sonia Kaushik Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation, and I'm in the shade number 3. I'm not really sure if this is gonna match me, but let's just pray for the best. I'm also gonna be trying out this silicone blender. It's not a silly sponge, but it's like a knockoff of it. It's by the brand Urban Studio. Never heard of it, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. So I'm just going to apply it to the face. And if you see me looking over here, it's because I don't have a mirror in front of me, and I'm just using my monitor. This foundation is a little light for me, but I think we can make it work. I don't know about this silly sponge, you guys. It's not giving me like any coverage. Like you can still see all of these imperfections, and I feel like it's adding to the texture on my face. Like I do have texture, but it's like not helping, you know? Also, this foundation is definitely too light for me, but it's fine. This video is going great so far. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into what's been going on. So I think the inconsistency really started when I got back to Birmingham. If you guys don't know, if you haven't been following me for a while, then you may not know that I am originally from Birmingham, Alabama, and I now live in Georgia in an apartment. So when I got back to Birmingham from Georgia, I feel like that is when everything just kind of got inconsistent. Okay, so really quickly, I blended out the whole face with this, and I'm not liking it. So I'm just gonna switch over to my beauty blender, and I'm gonna add another pump for this foundation, even though it is not the right shade. Okay, I definitely look like a ghost. For concealer, I'm using the L'Oreal Pro Glow Concealer. This is newer to me. I have been using it, but it's definitely something that I'm still kind of trying out and figuring out if I like or not. All right, while I'm letting my concealer get a little tacky, let's go ahead and keep talking. By the way, this is a trick I learned from Jackie Aina. She just kind of lets her concealer sit there for a while, and then she goes in and blends it. So I got back to Birmingham on June 30th. My family was throwing a party for 4th of July, so like by the time I got here, we already had some family over. You guys saw my last video. My cousin was visiting, and her whole family was at my house for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Anyways, for 4th of July, we were throwing a party at our house, and we had to just deep clean the entire house. So me and my mom went crazy cleaning. My dad and my brother were outside, you know, cleaning up the outside area, and we just went on a crazy rampage cleaning the entire house. 4th of July was really hectic. I actually planned on vlogging 4th of July. Actually, I planned on filming a few makeup tutorials for 4th of July, but that didn't end up happening because of how busy I was preparing for all the family and the guests and everything. And then I was going to vlog on 4th of July, but every time I picked up my camera, my mom was like, come here, I need your help. So I ended up not vlogging and not doing any makeup videos, but that's all right. If you follow me on Snapchat, you saw a little bit of my 4th of July. And then for about another week, my family stayed over at my house. And then I ended up going to my cousin's house. She used to live here, then she moved to Missouri, but they still have a house in the city that they used to live in. So I ended up going to their house and spending a week there. I didn't intentionally spend a week there, it just kind of happened. By the way, to set my under eye, I just used the Wet n Wild MegaGlo Contouring Palette Contour. And this is in the shade Dulce de Leche. I just use this shade right here, and we will come back to this palette to contour a little bit later. No, I forgot about this brush. I was gonna use this brush from Urban Studios. It just looked like it would have been perfect to blend out the under eye concealer, but guess that's gonna have to be for another video. Before we continue, I'm going to apply this Sexy Mother Pucker lip gloss thing from So Glory. It's supposed to be a lip plumper, but I don't know how much it actually plumps. I just like to apply it because I like to think it does. I like it, I just don't like that it has a lot of glitter in it. That's annoying. Before we finish the face, I'm just gonna move on to the eyes, which is why you're so zoomed in right now. So I'm just taking that contour shade from this palette, tapping off the excess, and taking that into the crease. So, while I had family over, I didn't really have time to step away and make a video. I mean, I thought about it. I was like, I really need to film, but then I just never really got a chance just because of how like busy I was with them. You know, when my family's here, I like to spend a lot of time with them because I'm a very family-oriented person. I like to spend time with my loved ones whenever I get a chance because it's not every day that I get to see her anymore. So when I ended up going to her house, I thought I was only gonna go for like a day or two. And then I thought, you know, as soon as I get back, I'm gonna start filming again and we'll be back on track. But I ended up staying there for like a whole another week. Taking this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This is a matte one in the shade Bandit. I'm just going to apply that into the crease. I have touched this with my finger, but I have not applied it to the eye yet. I'm excited to see how it performs. That blends out really nice. When I came back from visiting my cousin's house, me and my mom decided to go to Texas for the weekend. So we left on Friday, I believe, and we came back on Monday. So there went another few days. And then after that, I honestly have no excuse as to why I have not filmed. Honestly, I think by then it was just pure laziness. All my equipment was still like in my car downstairs in the basement, and I did not want to bring it all the way up to my room, so I was just too lazy. So yeah, that is pretty much where I've been all summer and why I haven't been filming. What should I talk about next? Oh, so in April, if you watched my hits and misses video, I will link that right here or right here, wherever the card goes. If you watch that video, at the end of it, I kind of announced that I would be adding more fitness related videos into my channel. And ever since I put that video out, I probably uploaded like 2 fitness videos. And that is 100% my fault. I have no excuse for that. The only thing I can tell you is that it's 100% pure lack of motivation. I have gone to the gym here and there. It just hasn't been as consistent as I would like it to be. And I didn't want to be like preaching about fitness and kind of acting like I know what I'm talking about when I haven't even been, you know, motivated to go myself. I was actually going to film my workout today, but I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't really confident in what I was all about at this point, if that makes sense. Like, I want to be more confident in my workouts and my regimen before I start talking about what you should do. So I think I'm gonna hold off on the whole uploading fitness videos thing just because I'm not consistent enough to be talking about fitness at the level that I want to be talking about it. Like, I talk about makeup because I'm confident in my skills and I know I'm consistent, except for this month. I'm consistent with uploading and talking about it, and I'm passionate about it. And I used to be really passionate about working out. I have never worked out a day in my life voluntarily. Up until I started college, I never worked out a day in my life voluntarily. I grew up playing sports my whole life, and I've always had someone telling me what to do. I've always had someone telling me to do 50 burpees and then run a lap around the softball field. I've always had someone telling me what to do, and I've just been doing it, and that's pretty much how I stayed in shape. I ate whatever I wanted, however much I wanted. I came home from workouts and I just ate so much. When I came home, I would just eat whatever and I'd be okay with it. But when I started college, I was still eating that same amount, but I was not working out at the intensity that I used to work out at. So I think that's why I kind of put on a lot of weight. That's why I've been having a hard time getting into working out myself and just manning up and doing it myself. By the way, I just used that ColourPop shadow and just kept building it until I got it to the intensity I wanted, and I really like this shadow. It's really pretty. I think it would be a perfect shadow for fall. So now I wanted to do like a blue, like a midnight blue. This is called midnight blue. How cool is that? So I'm taking this L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow, and it comes in this little tube. Take this thing out of it, but it kind of presses the shadow in there, and then you have this like screw top. So I'm gonna take my MAC 242 and just try to press that onto the lid, and it comes onto the brush really nicely, so that's nice and promising. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Oh, just kidding. I have another excuse for why I didn't film. Let me tell you. Those of you who have been watching my videos for a while know that I go to school at UGA, University of Georgia, in Athens, Georgia, and I live in an apartment. And I know that for a long time I was saying that I was going to do like an apartment tour. I was really excited for that, but you know, I just wasn't in love with my apartment. I don't know, I just didn't like it because it was a 1-bedroom apartment and the bedroom didn't have a door. Like, it did not have a door. You couldn't shut a door. It was just the bedroom. It was kind of like studio apartment style, but there were still like walls separating the living room from the bedroom. It was really weirdly uncomfortable that there wasn't a door. And also my bedroom didn't have any windows, and I didn't really realize how important that was until I had to wake up at like 9 a.m. for classes, and I was like, oh my god, it is still dark. I don't want to be awake. But really it would be nice and bright, and like when you just have that sunshine like shining on you, I feel like it's a little bit easier to wake up in the mornings. And also the importance of a ceiling fan, my people. Ceiling fans are very important, and my apartment just didn't have one. So I wasn't really loving it. And also like when I moved there, no shade to my apartment complex, but like they showed me an apartment when I went to tour it, and they kind of told me that my layout was going to be just like that one. And that one was perfect. It had like a beautiful kitchen, bedroom with a door, a big window in the bedroom. The living room was nice and spacious. And then when I moved in, they gave me the one that I just described. And I was just like, did y'all just play me? And they're like, oh no, there's no guarantee that you're gonna get one that looks like the one we show you. And I was like, you know what, whatever, because they didn't have any more available. That was pretty much what I was gonna get stuck with, or I had to go and find another one, which in downtown Athens, it is impossible to find an apartment in such short notice, especially because I transferred during the spring semester. So I was fine with it. It's, you know, I rolled with it. But when it came time to renew my lease, I decided to kind of take a long shot and ask if they had any apartments available that had a different layout, and they did. So I went to Athens this past weekend and moved everything out of my apartment. And honestly, for living in a 1-bedroom apartment, I thought I didn't have that much stuff. You guys, I had so much stuff, like so much. I probably had to move like 20 boxes, and that's a lot just for one person living alone. Like, that's a lot. And we had to come back to Birmingham the next day. Me and my brother went to Athens to move, and we had to come back the next day. So I really didn't have time to set everything back up into the new apartment. I literally just had to leave all the boxes there. And now when I go back to Athens for school, I'm going to have to move all of that stuff and empty all the boxes and set everything back up all alone. It's going to be hella stressful because, you know, then I got to deal with school. I'm actually going to take more of the contour shade and I'm going to mix it with the... No!
Doing makeup?
Yeah, I'm filming. Can you leave? What? So My final kind of like review on all those shadows, none of them had any like intense fallout. And I know I look really like ghostly white right now, but don't worry, we will take care of that by bronzing a lot. Okay, so I don't have any new eyebrow products to try, but this is a good one from the drugstore. It's the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Honestly, I'm starting to hate my eyebrows. I feel like they're getting really thick. I want to kind of go get them thinned out a little bit, like maybe just from the top. This is my bad brow. Like this is my really good brow. Like I love this brow, but I hate this brow. It's so big, so much bigger than this one. And I know, I notice it, don't worry. This is also not a new product for me. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a wing. I'm just going to line, just let it, nothing too crazy, just to kind of thicken up the lash line. I don't know if you can tell, but I can definitely tell. What else do I have to talk about? I'm pretty sure I mentioned it all. I don't know, I'm just gonna stay quiet for a minute. Also, another mascara that is newer to me, but it's obviously not that new. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I really love this mascara. I'm gonna be honest, I did not like it at first, just because I normally don't like mascaras as soon as I get them, just because of how wet they are. I like when mascaras are a little bit on the drier side and they dry out a little bit more. I didn't really like it at first, but I'm obsessed with it now because it just lifts my lashes and gives them so much more volume and a little bit more length. And then I also like to just throw on some Maybelline Big Shot. I'm gonna kind of pause on the eyes. I'm gonna apply lashes later and do the bottom lash line later, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and contour using the Wet n Wild Duo. And I'm using the Morphe M530 brush, tapping that off. This is just a really nice like cool tone gray. I might actually have to go grab my Laura Mercier bronzer just because of how washed out I look right now. I might need some like intense warmth, but we will see. That foundation is actually looking pretty nice. It is definitely very matte, but I don't hate it. Even though I am more of a dewy foundation kind of girl, I'm not mad at this one. Also, this doesn't really bother me, but if it bothers you, I just wanted to mention that this duo does have a lot of like kickback. So as you can see, the contour powder is kind of going into the highlight, but literally just blow it off and you're good. And then I'm also going to use the same shade to contour my nose with the infamous hair dyeing brush. That looks weird. It's like the powder is just sitting on top of my skin. I also went ahead and bought another one of these e.l.f. brushes that I use to blend out the contour. The other one that I had, I used for highlighting, for a specific highlighter that I will show you guys. So I went ahead and get another one just so that I have two separate ones and I don't mix the contour with the highlight, you know what I mean? I don't like that. What did I do? My mom's calling me downstairs. Like I see all these people filming their YouTube videos and everybody knows not to bother them. I tell my parents that I'm going to film, but they don't care. I'm sure y'all just heard my mom yell at me from downstairs, but she gonna have to wait. So now we are just going to move on to blush. Yo, she keeps calling me downstairs, I'm scared. So now I'm taking the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Mellow Wine. Comes with this awkward brush I'm not gonna use. And now I'm gonna use the Morphe M104 brush to apply this. And this is a little bit warmer of a blush, so hopefully this will help with the washed outness we have going on. Oh wow, that is pigmented. Wow, I just went in so heavy-handed with that. Oh well. I'm honestly not really liking this right now just because that foundation made me look so white. So I'm actually gonna go grab my Laura Mercier bronzer just because this is too white for me right now. And before I go in with the Laura Mercier one, I'm just gonna try going in with this NYX Contour and Highlight palette and taking this shade since it is the warmest one in here. Hopefully this will work some magic on me. So, alright, so that's pretty much as good as it's gonna get. We're gonna take this NYX Liquid Crystal Liner in the shade, Crystal Pewter. And I'm just going to apply this on top of the Midnight Blue shadow. I just tried it on the back of my hand and I really like the way it looks. So I know this actually isn't from the drugstore, but I love this House of Lashes lash glue. It is honestly one of the best lash glues I've ever used in my life. Once you put this on your eyes, they will not come off until you physically rip them off. So while I'm letting the lash glue dry, I really quickly just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you for all the support you've given me. I think the last time I kind of bragged about how big our family is, I was at about 200 subscribers, and now we're at about 650. So in the more recent months, our family has grown so much, and I'm so thankful for all of you. I know I'm not the most consistent YouTuber, but I'm trying, and it's not as easy as it looks, especially when you're juggling school with it. But I mean, I'm not making excuses, but it just makes me so happy to know that you guys are with me, no matter if I go a week without posting or 6 months. Not that that's gonna happen, but I'm just saying. Thank you guys so much for being here, supporting me, watching my videos, and all that good stuff. So that is amazing, and I love each and every one of you. Okay, so my camera battery died, but I literally just did everything that I did up top to the bottom minus the glitter liner. So that's all I've done so far. Also, I battled with this lash, but we're good. We're good. I actually have 3 highlighters to show you guys today. First one is this ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighter, and this is in the shade Wisp. As you can see, this is not my first time using it. I have already hit pan, and I probably got this like 2 weeks ago. But I just wanted to show you guys because this is literally $6 and it is so good. Look, this is one swipe. It just looks so wet and beautiful and natural. So I really, really love this one, but I will not be using it today just because I want to try something new. I have 2 other ones. So the first one is the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder, and this is in the shade 50 Watt. So this is what the packaging looks like. And you open it and you have your highlighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this one here. Ooh, that's pretty. I might use that today. That's a really nice like champagne golden highlighter. I've heard a lot of good reviews of this Wet n Wild highlighter. I don't remember how much it was. I will put it in the description for sure. But this is what it looks like. It has this really gorgeous like petal packaging, but it's the Wet n Wild MegaGlo highlighting powder, and this is in the shade Precious Petals. I'm gonna put it right here. Ooh, wait, those are kind of similar. This is a little bit more pink, like on the more champagne side. So I'm taking the Anastasia, I think it's the A23, I think that's what it's called. I'm just gonna dip into here, tap off the excess. It doesn't have a lot of kickback. Go ahead and apply it. I do have some breakouts out here, and I normally don't like to put highlighter on top of it, but it is currently 10:20 at night and I'm not going anywhere. Yo, this nail is so crusty. It is so dirty, but oh well. I'm gonna do the tip of my nose. I know a lot of people hate on the tip of the nose, but I personally really like it. And I'm actually going to go ahead and apply this into my inner corner. This is a lip liner by Jordana in the shade Rockin' Rose. These lip liners I have used before. They are so soft and creamy, and they do not budge. So this is another brand I found at a random store in Texas. It's called Samoon's. This is by the brand Moira. It's a Lush Matte Lip Cream. This is what it looks like. It looks very similar to the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams, the packaging. I don't know if I'm loving this lip with this look. So I'm gonna give this a chance to dry down because my camera battery is dying again, and I'm gonna go charge it real quick. So just quickly as a rundown, my moisturizer, you guys already know I mentioned it before. I absolutely love this moisturizer. It is so good for oily skin, dry skin. It's just a really good moisturizer overall. The primer was pretty good. I haven't seen any problems. It didn't accentuate my pores. It didn't make me get oily. It really held up and made the foundation look really good. Moving on to the foundation. This is a really good foundation. It is pretty matte. Only thing is that it is medium coverage, so if you have a lot of blemishes and a lot of things to cover up, I wouldn't really recommend this one. My shade was completely off, but it was very limited to the number of shades that there were in store. I'm not sure how many shades the complete collection has, but the ones in store, it only went from number 1 to 5, I think, and I'm normally a medium in all like lines. Normally I'm like a caramel beige or a medium beige, so I just went for number 3 because it was right in the middle. Obviously, I'm probably, honestly, more like a number 5 or 6 if there even is a number 6. So yeah, just be careful when you're picking these out because on the bottom, like I tried to match myself from this shade right here, but I think they're all the same, to be honest. So I don't know. For the concealer, I like this for more of everyday use. If you're doing a dramatic look like this one, I actually recommend getting a more heavy duty concealer. If you have really severe dark circles and it's something you really want to take care of, this might not be the choice for you, but for everyday use, it's pretty good. It's more of a medium coverage, so just keep that in mind when you're in the market for a new concealer. As for the setting powder and contour shade, I really like these. Most people of my complexion like to stay away from more of a lighter powder like this, but I think it worked out perfectly fine for me. I love this kind of cool toned gray contouring powder, so I like this. And it's really cheap, so I like that as well. The blush was a perfect shade. I think with a better matching foundation, this would have looked beautiful. Not that it doesn't look beautiful now, but I think on more of a bronzy foundation, like if you're my actual complexion, this will look really nice and beautiful for just like everyday use. Moving on to the highlighters, I love each and every one of these. This is more of a natural highlighter, but you can definitely build it up to a super boom in your face kind of highlighter. So I really recommend this one. I love it so much. And again, this is the ColourPop in the shade Wisp. Also, if I sound like I'm talking really fast, it's because I am. My camera is flashing red and my laptop is flashing red, and I need to put both of them on charge. As for the highlighter that I actually used, the Wet n Wild Precious Petals, I love this highlighter. It is really pigmented, especially for the price that you're paying. This is definitely worth it. This ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Bandit was really nice. It felt really cool to the touch and it felt cool going on my eye. I think it blends out perfectly. The pigmentation is there. There's no fallout because of how packed and like, I don't know, it kind of feels like a gel. I really like it. So definitely give ColourPop a try. Also by ColourPop, I wanted to try the I Love Side-Eye eyeshadow palette. This is the Saucy palette. I wanted to try this out. So if you want to see this guy in action, in my next video, definitely let me know and I will do that as well. The L'Oreal Infallible shadow in the shade Midnight Blue, perfect. Very little fallout, if any. It was like really easy to pick up. This NYX liner was so pretty. I think it really made this look come together and I really like it as well. And it really dries down and you can't really pick it back up. So once it's there, it's not gonna move and you'll be good to go. Oh my god, my laptop's at 2%. This L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara was beautiful. You guys saw it in action. It is beautiful. It applies beautifully and it looks amazing. Even when I'm like not wearing any makeup, sometimes I'll put this mascara on and it just makes me feel so much prettier, so much more put together. This lip plumper that I applied at the beginning, like I said, it doesn't really plump my lips as much, but it does make them feel really nice and moisturized by the time I'm ready to apply my lipstick. So I really like this. Finally, for the lips, this lip liner is amazing. I have used this before a long time ago and the formula is the same as it was before. Very creamy, very pigmented, and it doesn't really move. The lipstick on top is moving, but the lip liner doesn't move as much, so I like that. Finally, Moira Lush Matte Cream. It's not bad. I think it was like $3, so it's really not bad for its price. But I kind of prefer the NYX ones over these, to be honest. Alright guys, so that's it for my chit chat, get ready with me, first impressions, drugstore makeup tutorial kind of thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. When I get back to Athens, I'll be more into like a set routine of like what I'm doing every day. Just over the summer, I never know what I'm doing. If you live in an Indian household, you know that you never know what you're doing the next day. Anyways, I don't have anything else to say except thank you so much for over 600 subscribers. You guys don't know how much it means to me. We are so close to 1,000, so share with your friends, your family, your boyfriends, your dads. Subscribe from all their accounts, and let's grow our family even bigger. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.